another newly listed on the CSE clip. Today, I am talking to Mr. Tony Harris, and Tony is the CEO of Billy Goat Brands, which has listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange. Tony, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Hope you're well.
Oh, terrific. Thanks, Neil. Yeah, delighted to be here. And thanks for taking the time with us on behalf of Billy Goat Brands. We couldn't be more excited to be listing on the Canadian Securities Exchange.
Of course. I'm curious about the name Billy Goat Brands, but before we jump into that, Tony, why don't you talk to our audience a little bit about the company and its vision?
Yeah, you bet. So Billy Goat Brands is a venture capital, incubation, and liquidity event planning firm. GOAT democratizes access to a curated collection of high growth potential expansion stage companies with ESG values in plant-based proteins, functional foods, food technology, and the blue economy sectors. We provide our investee companies with advisory services as well as capital. We roll up our sleeves and work right alongside of them with the overarching goal of contributing to the sustainability of the planet and ultimately, allowing our investee companies to achieve whatever dreams they have for their businesses respectively.
Got it. So why the name Billy Goat Brands?
Billy Goat, our team is made up of a dynamic and diverse set of individuals who have a wide array of experiences in their backgrounds, and together we believe that we can accomplish great things. So the goat symbolizes, the Billy Goat symbolizes an animal that can scale any peak in the most treacherous terrain with the sure-footedness that allows it to ultimately get to the top and become the greatest of all time. And of course, the GOAT is an acronym for the greatest of all time. And we'd like to believe that at Billy Goat Brands, we can lend a hand to our investees in achieving their respective goals of becoming the greatest of all time in whatever it is that they're pursuing. Of course, we have a lightheartedness as well to our team, and we think that the Billy Goat brand brings a smile to people's faces. And of course, with our ticker being GOAT, we believe that the people will always remember us.
Perfect. Great analogy, by the way. And Tony, I know you mentioned a little bit about your team, but I'd like to talk a little bit more in detail about your background and some of your key team members you've aligned with to move your project forward.
You bet. So, like I said, we formed this company based on building a great team around a great theme, and that's something that we believe in, is investing in themes and teams. So, of course, it was important to make sure that the Billy Goat Brands team was as dynamic and strong enough as we could possibly make it. Our team has executed over $5 billion of various debt and equity transactions with a specific focus on capital structure oversight, operational growth, EBITDA expansion across numerous global industries. Collectively, we've led the acquisition and disposition of private companies and real estate over $100 million in value. And the team is experienced in establishing top quality brands, commercializing strong ideas, and building valuable platforms. So we have, deep capital markets experience, whether it's financial expertise, corporate banking, deal analysis, entrepreneurship, leadership. Together with the team, we sort of believe that we can plug any hole and amplify any opportunity that our company or our investees have. And so much of business is relationships and connections, and between our diversified team, we feel like we can solve for anything, but it takes hard work, and our team isn't afraid of that. And that's what the early stage companies that we invest in, we know that they have needs and areas of opportunities, and together, we believe that a rising tide will lift all ships, and as our investees grow, so too will Billy Goat Brands.
Yeah. And so, what was the strategy behind behind going public?
Well, of course, you look at the global nutraceutical market, which sort of encapsulates this entire area of focus for us, and it's estimated to have a compounded annual growth rate of about 8% a year, and by 2027 be worth about $720 billion US. And by contrast, the global animal protein market is estimated to be at about 58 billion. So we see a huge amount of growth, and we know that if we can get access to the capital markets, it'll just give us access to that much more capital and flexibility in order to identify, incubate, and invest in these companies that are in the plant-based protein, functional foods, food technology, and blue economy sectors that we're focused on. We like the idea of democratizing access to these early stage and expansion stage companies that the regular retail investor wouldn't have access to. And when you play the Billy Goat Brands story, you're getting a proxy to early stage companies and expansion stage companies like the Sophie's Kitchen, which is one of our lead assets. They're a global leader in plant-based seafoods, and they do an incredible job with their lineup. So as Sophie's Kitchen grows, you can get a look at their story through Billy Goat Brands, and otherwise you wouldn't have that opportunity as a retail investor. So there's many reasons to go public, and for us, we just felt like this was the appropriate time to take advantage of the excitement in the space and grow our business, and through that, our investees.
Your company seems to have a really interesting strategy on this. What would you say differentiates, or some of the other differentiators from Billy Goat, from some of your peers in the space?
We have a legitimate focus on having strong environmental, social, and corporate governance. It's ESG values that are woven into our ethos, and in turn we expect the same of our investees, and that's just part of our due diligence process. When we're looking at deal flow, we want to understand how and if this company can have an impact in all of those areas, and indeed be profoundly focused on that as an aspect of their business outcomes. So we hold our partners and our investee companies to the highest ethical standards when it comes to interacting with employees, suppliers, customers, and the communities within which they operate. But I think the real difference about Billy Goat is we're not a invest and sit back and wait sort of operation. Our team is doing this because we love and are passionate about expansion stage companies. We believe that we have something to offer and to give back, so we can take the capital, put it to work. But where we really amplify that impact is by building great partnerships with our investees, and that's how we think of it, and how we and our investees indeed think of it as well, is that we are their partners. We speak to them on a daily, weekly basis. We provide whatever support, insights, guidance we can. We help them structure their company for their inevitable liquidity event plan, make sure that they can work in their business while we help them work on it, so that when the time comes for them to have, whether it's an exit, a private sale, or, indeed going public, maybe on the Canadian Securities Exchange, that they're ready for that. So there's so much additional value that is provided by Billy Goat beyond capital, and I think that's where we set ourselves apart from our competitors.
Well said, Tony. Now, as you begin trading on the CSE, you've created momentum. Are there any milestones our viewers, audience members, and investors can look out from you and your team?
Absolutely, but of course I can't share, all these exciting milestones that we believe are in our sights and on the horizon. Of course, each of our investee companies is growing in their respective pace, and has their own bespoke liquidity event plan that we're mapping out for them. And we will be making announcements as we see it appropriate. And furthermore, Goat is always looking to allocate capital to new investee companies, so that's something that shareholders can look forward to too. Our team is seeing and vetting a lot of deal flow. People are starting to know more and more about what we're doing, and as our investees are telling their stories that are positive and working with us, that in turn is causing more folks that are looking for that type of partner to approach us. So it's going to be not only the stories of our existing investees, which are compelling and exciting, but also the new opportunities that are coming down the line.
Perfect. So where can our audience members go to read up on your team, some of the companies you partnered with, and obviously read up on your news and keep up on your progress?
Yeah, you bet. BillyGoBrands.com is available to everybody. We've posted all of our communications on there. Feel free to sign up. We'd be delighted to have you on our mailing list so that you can stay in touch with everything that's going on. You can learn about our investees, our team, our philosophy, our investment policy. It's available, and we look forward to making connections. Reach out to our investor relations team if you have questions. And we'd love to have you as a partner as we move forward in this brave new world of having an impact on our planet by way of people voting with their mouths and their wallets on the types of things that they consume. And we'd just be delighted to have you become a partner with us here at Billy Goat Brands.
Tony, I appreciate you taking the time to give us a brief introduction to your company and team. To everybody watching, this has been a newly listed on the CSE clip with Mr. Tony Harris. Tony is the CEO of Billy Goat Brands. I'm Anil Mall. I represent the Canadian Securities Exchange. And thank you once again for tuning in to a newly listed clip. Tony, thank you so much for your time. We wish you and your team nothing but success in the coming months and years.
Thank you so much, Neil.
Of course. Thank you for tuning in to another newly listed on the CSE. Please feel free to hit like and share this content, and